And welcome back to another episode of the Get Back Coach presented by Apollo Media. Oh, it is back. Week 0 is upon us. And who better? Our yearly or bi-yearly guest.
Biannual. Yeah,
Biannual. Yes,
great word.
biannual.
Yeah.
Joe Pop, a.k.a. Joey Props, is here to hang out with us for a little bit. Joe, our dear friend who brought us together, how are you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. I'll tell you, when that text hits, and I think I text you back, I go, I look forward to this. This text hits. It's when I know summer's almost officially done, is when I get the, hey, are you ready to do the season preview episode? Absolutely. 100% ready to roll, dude.
Yeah, I think we have one mutual friend who's never excited for summer to be over. Sorry, Allie. But fall is here.
Oh, man. So what have you been up to, man? Are you posting anything? Some TikTok stuff?
So usually like the summer dies down a bit because the only thing really to bet is baseball, and betting baseball kind of stinks unless you're at the baseball game. But it's just been beach, chilling with the family, gearing up for football. I'll be doing a ton of, I think my wife's taking all 3 kids down the beach on Friday because I have my fantasy football draft on Saturday. So Friday I'm going to get some work done, but then I'm going to be in front of the camera just recording 20 videos to slowly start pushing out. But it's football season. I'm geared up. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. And what you are known for, your futures. Who do you got for us? What do you have for our listeners?
So I'm going to rip these through quick because I have a handful that I really, really love. And I was like, let's just bring 3 or 4. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 futures here that I love. So we're just going to rip through them real quick. All right. Oklahoma to make the playoffs plus 180 real quick. Remind me of a team that won it all last year. Great defense, quarterback can do enough just to get them there. UGA. All right. Georgia to make the SEC championship plus 115. Guys, I think Kirby's in the perfect spot this year to be kind of under the radar again with all the noise. Gunnar Stockton, tough quarterback. I love it. Favorite bet of the year, Miami to win the ACC. It's theirs to lose. Notre Dame hater here. Don't like them. Don't want to like them. To make it to the semis, plus 140. Notre Dame to win it all, plus 650. I think they're in prime position with the easiest schedule. It's whatever. Mensa plus 1,100 to win the Heisman. I love his situation. Once again, going back to Miami, I think they're just going to roll through the regular season. And then 2 parlays real quick to make the playoffs, Notre Dame, Oregon, and Miami, minus 105. And then to win their conferences, Miami, Oregon, Texas Tech, plus 1346. That was 8 futures in a matter of a minute and 10 seconds. Questions, thoughts, feelings, concerns?
Can you run that last one by me? Texas Tech, Oregon, and who?
And Miami to win their conferences.
Plus so Oregon in the Big Ten.
Oregon, and that's the one doing the heavy lifting.
Oregon to win the Big Ten. Yeah, if they can get there, I think that they can do it. I think it's between them and Ohio State. I think Indiana's getting a ton of disrespect, but until you see Hoover kind of come down on those interceptions, I just got to see that part first. Because if you think back on Indiana's season last year, as great as it was, they get the miracle in Penn State. They have the other close game towards the tail end of the year. They easily could have lost 1 or 2 games in the regular season there. So I think Mendoza did a lot of cleaning some of that up for you. Until we see it with this kid, I just think that I think it's Oregon and Ohio State in the Big Ten this year.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So this is what I got. And Joe, you are more of the future guy. Okay. I'm not. Listen, this is the guy who bet Illinois over 2 years ago and they had 4 wins, and then bet the under the year after and they had 9 wins. So I don't know where I'm going sometimes, but I like 2 teams this year to hit their overs. First one, Louisville. I know Jeff Brom has this reputation where he'll beat someone he's not supposed to, but then he'll lose to that. You have no idea what the hell's going on. But listen, their over-under is at 8.5. They have they have to win 3 out of their 5 toughest games, which are Ole Miss to begin the year, and then SMU, who I think they're better than, SMU, who I think they're better than, and Georgia Tech, who is replacing a lot, and then Kentucky at the end of the year. I mean, I see them winning 4 out of those 5. They just have to win 3 out of the 5, and they are going to hit that over. I really like Louisville. And my other one, USC over 8.5. They are returning a ton of production. Again, 8.5. They have to win 2 of these games. Washington and Oregon at home, Ohio State, who they have at home, at Indiana, and then at Penn State.
Yep.
I mean, they just got to win 2 out of those 5, and they're golden. So those are my 2, both over-unders at 8.5. Louisville, USC. Those are my locks.
Love it. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I might watch Back to the Future Part 1, 2, and 3 for my futures. I just don't have a lot here. I don't have much to add, unfortunately, on the gambling aspect. Future the Rapper. He's fun listen on occasion.
Good listener.
But yeah, that's my future talk, gents.
Oh man. So yeah. So before we get too far into week 0, because I know we're all itching for week 0. You want to talk about the NFL players that are getting cut and going back to college this year? Joe, you said you have a hot take on this, so I'm going to start with you.
Listen. Anybody that knows me, if you're listening, you know me. I think you kind of know where this is going. I am a person that I'm an agent of chaos. The more chaos that we can throw into a situation, I think the better. I'm going to clear something up. I feel awful for these kids that kind of waited. It was their turn, and now you're going to get some guy that came off a practice squad to come back, probably take your spot. That stinks. I think we all can agree that stinks. But it is kind of cool that there's just now this random, almost free agency happening where all these teams are just picking up NFL guys. I think that this is fantastic. I know it's not, but I think it is. Like, I know it's bad, but I kind of like it.
Oh man. Joe, like you, I'm also a fan of chaos in most cases. I got to draw the line somewhere though. I do not love these guys coming back. I think it impacts the development of players. You know, I think it impacts the high school guys, right? That's just fewer opportunities for high school guys to get recruited out of high school. And I mean, it just kind of defeats the whole purpose. And I feel like forever it was, if you go to the NFL, your eligibility is done. And like now you have the CFL, you have the UFL exists. There are options out there. You don't need to come back to college football. I mean, I always joke that there's part of me that still has like the Billy Madison thing where it's like stay as long as you can, but you've left. You've left and you've gone elsewhere. You don't get to come back. That's one doodle that can't be undid, home skillet. It's a little Juno reference for you.
Whew. So I also love chaos. However, so here's the thing. If they were, let's say they declare for the draft and they're not drafted, okay? Mm-hmm. And then they come back, I think I'm okay with that. Because that's almost like how basketball does it, where like they can like test the waters at camps and stuff. And then like, okay, it's not working. Or, hey, I think I'm going to come back. And when I say camps, I mean like tryouts and things like that. Like they're not actually on a team yet. But I think once you step foot on an NFL practice field, I think that's where it needs to stop. And here's the thing, because again, a couple guys' names are being thrown out. Here's the big drama. Lane Kiffin has been leaning into being this heel of college football. Like, does this massive heel turn? Like, people were starting to kind of come around on Lane at Ole Miss. Like, we were kind of rooting for him. Like, yeah, he's arrogant. Yeah, he's shady, but like we kind of liked it because it was at Ole Miss. And then he goes to LSU. Like, he does like a Triple H-esque heel turn and goes to LSU. So here's the deal. LSU is going to get Daquan Wright, who was with the Browns, and then Xavier Harris, who I forget where he was with. But here's the kicker. Xavier Harris was at Ole Miss, where Kiffin was, and Kiffin left them to go to LSU, left them, and now he's following Kiffin again to LSU. I so much drama, and I think like Dan Lanning has already said it's not going to happen. Like he's like, I don't like this happening. However, if this keeps happening though, and Oregon misses out, or if they lose a game because someone of these guys goes off, you know well that the next time this happens, they'll be the first ones in line.
Yeah. Oh, big time. Yeah. But I think to me, and maybe I'm wrong, this is going to be a one-off thing though, right? This is just, it had the weird eligibility issue for the 1 year. If I'm understanding correctly, this should be a one-off, like, oops a daisy, let's fix this. Or what they thought.
I think they're going to plug this hole pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the only year I think we see it.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel like a little bit better, but still, I mean, just adds fuel to the fire to like root against LSU. Yeah. I mean, at least for me.
Here's the thing. I love LSU. And even when like Kelly was there, I found myself, LSU is one of those programs like where I think even deep down, like if you're a baseball purist, you always want the Yankees and Red Sox both to be good. It just makes the sport better. When LSU's good, SEC's good, college is good. So there's a part of me that always is going to root for them no matter who's pulling the strings.
Yeah. I'll say this. They're probably the most fun program out there.
LSU fans know how to get after.
Like if you want to look at stadium atmosphere, crazy fan base,
the best tailgates.
Tailgating. You have really cool uniforms. You have
a live tiger on campus.
Yes, you have a live tiger. I think LSU has it all.
Yeah, no, I mean,
and in the state of Louisiana, like they don't have to recruit anybody. Like it doesn't matter. Like they're in a recruiting hotbed, and those kids, it does not matter. They don't care about the Saints, dude. They don't care. Like they grew up wanting to play for LSU, which is super unique because they're really the only show in town that's that big. So they're like the perfect college football program.
You ever see those people do them on TikTok all the time, where it's like, oh, build the perfect college program, and it's like it'll spin, it'll have the random logos pop up, and you pick one thing, like, oh, jerseys from this one, stadium for this one. LSU potentially could be the winner of any of those categories. Like if you brought them up, you only had one slot left, and LSU popped up, you'd be like, great, this is awesome, this is perfect.
Plug and play.
Plug and play.
Yeah, pretty much to everything. Like, I mean, what's the downfall of, like, I don't know, what's the downfall of LSU? What's their weakness? Like, they win a national title like once every 10 years, you know? So maybe is that also cool? Because, like,
there's a lot of construction around campus.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, is that, that's like everywhere. Yeah.
Even the 5-yard line thing is so cool. Like,
yes.
like that's just so cool.
They have the
double goalpost.
The double goalposts.
Yeah, like it's just like they just do them, and I love it.
Mm-hmm. And like what I was trying to say before, like, okay, Georgia had a little bit of a dynasty. Alabama has a dynasty where like you're just winning all the time that you get sick. Not that you get sick of winning, but it doesn't become special anymore.
Yeah.
Where like LSU, it's like once every 10 to 12 years. So it's like you have that happiness, but like it's still special. Okay. It's like having birthday cake every single day. Where like if you eat birthday cake every single day, like you get sick of it, and then everything else sucks. Where like LSU, you get it once in a while, and it's like, oh my God, I love this. So I don't know. I think it's the perfect encapsulation of college football.
I agree.
It is. Yeah. All right. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, NFL training camp, guys. Going off a tangent. Yeah. Don't like it. So we got two people not on it. Joe is an agent of chaos and says, light the candle. Let's see what happens. All right.
Jake.
Yes.
We have actual football to talk
I
about.
know we have actual football. No more
Gosh.
hypotheticals. We have like actual games
This
that
is
we're
so
going to be getting
exciting.
into. It is. Dude, I'm going to sit on my couch and do absolutely nothing for 10 hours. It is going to be glorious.
Fantastic. I can't
J-
wait. Week
Yeah.
0, it gets underplayed. You see Josh Pate too. He'll be like, "Oh, 2 weeks till football." No. We have 1 week until football.
Mhm.
Don't disrespect week
Yeah.
0.
There's some good games this week too.
There
Like
are.
some games I'm
Did a
super
better
excited about.
job this year than last year, I feel like.
Oh, absolutely. Used to be just like one game, maybe 2, but there's a couple with some storylines going on here.
Oh, yeah.
But let's start in Ireland. North Carolina at TCU, rematch from last year. TCU is a 7.5 point favorite, over under set at 47.5. This game is being played in Ireland. Joe, let's start with you, man. Who do you like?
I like the old Lunder. Whenever these games go overseas, these games tend to be slow, slugging it out. I like the under here, 47.5. What I'll tell you though is, from a betting standpoint, obviously TCU is the better team. UNC is just in this weird, like, I don't even know what to call it, like phase. This whole Bill Belichick experiment just feels like it's just waiting to end at this point, and it's just begun. They're clearly the better team. The only thing I find interesting is that you have like 92, I think 93% of the money I saw the other day is on TCU, and this line doesn't seem to be budging much at all, which makes me think maybe UNC is going to keep this game close, but I think we play it safe. I like the under in this game. I think it's going to be a slugfest between these two teams and just a slow kind of grind it out until until TCU scores a late touchdown to kind of run away with it.
Oh, Joe, did you say 93%?
Something like that. Yeah. 92, 93. I think that's all the money.
Oh,
and the line just, it's barely moved.
Yeah, it's not moving. I don't like my pick now. So I was looking TCU minus 7.5, just because TCU's returning their front. I feel like in the trenches is, old, reliable, run the football type of stuff. And UNC's like just in this, like kind of you were saying, Joe, they're in like disarray. Like
it's just weird.
It
feels weird.
It seems like we're just waiting for Belichick to just retire. And I think you add that to you add the disarray and the, I don't know, just seems like a program that's very unorganized to an overseas trip is going to be disastrous. So I was really leaning on 7.5. Oh, I'm staying away, but now I think Joe may have convinced me of the under in this one.
Joe, I'm with you on the under all the way.
Yeah.
This was always my pick. I just feel like every time we see like really sloppy games over there, the weather can be a factor over there in Ireland. But it's going to be a fun one. I'm still anti-neutral site games, but I do love the Ireland kickoff. Something about it just gets me jazzed up. Like I want to go see a game there. I just feel like it'd be such a fun environment to witness. I'll never forget the internet going down and free drinks happening. I think a few years back when I think it was Nebraska was over there.
Yeah.
Just great stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think under. I think under is going to be the play. You've convinced me. You both convinced me.
They just feel like slugfest.
Yeah. I think last year too, I don't think it got over 45. I think it was 45 last year. So yeah, that's about right. Now this one, I think this is one of the more intriguing matchups we have. NC State at Virginia. This game was, I think, supposed to be in Brazil. Am I right by that, Jay?
Yeah. And then
or Argentina or something like that.
No, I think it was Brazil.
Brazil.
But then I'm gonna double check that. But
yeah,
keep going.
But anyway, it's back on campus where it belongs. Virginia is a 5.5 point favorite, over under at 53.5. Joe, what are you thinking?
I kind of like NC State here. I mean, their quarterback last year, Bailey, I think he did he had like 25 passing touchdown, like pretty impressive year for the kid last year. I like this team, this line also, once again, like I like to read the lines. You're at home. I think a lot of people are also going to be thinking Virginia last year and everything that they pulled off, which is not what this team is. So I like UNC or NC State here to cover and potentially win.
Yeah.
So
Jay.
this game was set for Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they put it back because we don't really need to play a conference game.
No.
Overseas. But regardless, NC State plus 5.5 is my pick here. I just think CJ Bailey is a really exciting player. I feel like Dave Doran is kind of like up against the wall here. Like I feel like NC State has to have a good year, and that starts with beating a Virginia team that, again, I like this squad. I like what they've been able to do last year, but so many of those one-score games, right? Like it was winning by the skin of your teeth. I just think that when that happens, it kind of comes back around. You get the pendulum kind of swings, if you will, and I like NC State in this one.
So I was leaning NC State, but I'm going to go with the over here. Give me both teams have decent offense, like a decent number of production coming back on offense. Virginia's going to have Bo Prabula, who we saw at Missouri, and before that as a gadget guy for Penn State. CJ Bailey, super underrated guy out of the ACC for NC State. Both returning chunks of offensive linemen. So give me the over 53.5. Don't love doing it on opening day, but I do think because both these units are returning good chunks, I like over 53.5. Might be thinking of NC State money line, to get a little more extra action, but I like the over. Love the over.
I like
Next up is a game that I am extremely excited about because the powerhouse of the FCS ranks, one of the dynasties of that level of football, has risen to the FBS ranks. Of course, I'm talking about North Dakota State. They will be hosting Jacksonville State to kick off the season and to kick off their first FBS campaign. Love that we've gotten rid of the rule where they're not bowl eligible, by the way. Great decision made by the NCAA. To finally get rid of that one. But North Dakota State is a 6.5-point favorite. Boys, I am on North Dakota State. I think that offensive line, just the style of football that North Dakota State plays is going to transfer so well to the FBS level. I mean, you've seen offensive linemen get drafted out of North Dakota State repeatedly. So if they can keep that up now that they have more money behind the program, theoretically, in the Mountain West, I think you're just going to see this program grow. And I think they just kind of get a fun welcome to the FBS ranks against Jacksonville State at home in the Fargo Dome, boys.
I love it.
Joe, what are you thinking?
I'm going to take the over here, 46.5. Jacksonville State is one of those teams for the last 2 years. If they're in interesting games, you bet the over. They score a ton of points, and that's kind of what the offense has done for the last 3 years here. And also, you get teams in domes. Those are tend to be lean towards track meets. Bison here, huge favorites, minus 275 on the money line. So it's untouchable from that sense. I would love to take the spread on here, but with it being that first action, let's just see some points first. Let's see some offenses running, and then we'll lean into it there.
Mm-hmm. So, Joe, I'm going to kind of bounce off of you over 46.5, but also North Dakota State minus 6.5.
Love it.
Listen, the Fargo Dome is going to be rocking. Jacksonville State going into a hostile environment, something that they're probably not really used to. Usually when they play bigger programs, those stadiums are full, but they're not like necessarily jacked up. This place is going to be bananas. And I think first game FBS, they're going to come out fired up. Jacksonville State kind of losing some guys. So Bison control the game. I got North Dakota State minus 6.5, and give me that over of 46.5 as well for their first win while they are in the FBS.
I love it.
Awesome. How about a little West Coast action, Jake?
Oh, yes. Not a total night game, or it's night game, right? But not like It's not Hawaii.
It's not
after
Hawaii
dark.
time. It's
No.
only 6 p.m.
Yes.
So seven
It's not after
over there in the
Yeah.
East Coast.
Right. Hawaii at Stanford, a rematch from one of the best games of last year to open up on week 0. Stanford 5.5-point favorites, over under set at 49.5. I'm going to start this off. Give me the under. I think this is a low scoring affair for both these teams, kind of similar to what they were last year. But yeah, I don't know if they cover, but give me the under 49.5. Joe.
I'm going to take Stanford to cover. Hawaii loses Luke Weaver. Actually, we're going to talk about probably him in a second as well. So I think Stanford here at home, I like their chances. I think they're going to surprise some people. I do think it's going to be a lower scoring game, but I like Stanford to get the win here and cover.
All right. Jay.
Yeah, I think Stanford's going to struggle in the ACC this year, but I think they're going to be improved. I think you're going to have a much better situation. We kind of talked about this in the ACC preview with Micah. Stanford, I think, is set up long term. There's culture higher there with Vita Richard coming in. I like Stanford in this one. I just think it's going to be tough for Hawaii to stay competitive. Now, they did beat Cal there at the end of last year, so there's something to be said about that. Alejado is a lot of fun to watch at the quarterback position, but I just think Stanford's going to be too much for him.
Yeah. And then lastly, Memphis at UNLV. The Running Rebels are 6-point favorites, over under set at 57.5. New coach Charles Huff starts off the year against UNLV. Big time matchup here. Both offenses should be good. I'm thinking over. Give me the over 57.5. That's what these two squads do. They're going to throw the ball. They're going to try and turn this into a back and forth, almost shootout. So give me the over in this one.
I think I have to go with the over as well, Jake. I think this is going to be just an absolute shootout. Going to be interesting to see Huff at Memphis. I mean, we've talked about this as well in the Group of 5 preview. Another new stop for him. Got some good players with him. You know, UNLV with Mullen, they're going to be trying to score as many points as possible. I think this is going to be a big time shootout. I like the over as well.
Yeah, I'm with you. And this is also going to be one of those games you're going to want to be over. This is just going to be one of those fun scored, with Arnold especially too. I just would love to see him score a ton of points here. So yeah, give me the over as well.
Very nice. And Jay, is it back?
It's back, baby. The FCS minute or minutes in occasion. I mean, we're getting into some good games right away in the FCS ranks. You know, I love to talk about a little bit different level of football. Still some great stuff being played there at the FCS ranks. But I wanted to talk about a fun Lone Star matchup between two teams that went to the FCS playoffs last year. Abilene Christian is going to be visiting Beaumont and Lamar. Should be a fun one. It's going to be hot as heck down here in Texas. Beaumont is kind of like the swamp. I mean, it is as close as you can get to Cajun country without actually being in Louisiana. And I think it's going to be a fun matchup. I think Abilene Christian's going to have a really good squad this year, though. Really fun offense last year. I'm expecting them to bring a lot back. But that's your FCS game of the week.
Very nice. And if you want to sponsor the FCS minute, slide in our DMs. We're always open.
Yeah, sort of like 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Jay, was that a Boondock Saints reference?
That was a Boondock Saints reference.
Beautiful.
Oh, man.
So, Joe, you gave us some futures. We talked week 0, but we have to know. We've been asking every guest on here about their personal teams. How are you feeling about Michigan State and the Pat Fitzgerald era? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm excited. It seems like the energy in that building right now there's so much more juice in that building so far through camp than there ever was at any point in time under Smith. I feel like the Smith hire at the time felt great, and then it quickly just felt like it wasn't the right fit. Pat Fitzgerald seems like the perfect fit. He's got the guys excited. They got a ton of transfers coming in. The entire special teams unit outside of the punt returner is a transfer for this team. I'm really excited to see what they do. I'm super excited to see what Kenny Soares does. They gave him the #1 jersey. I don't know if you saw that clip too. He comes out, gets the boys excited. He's patting his chest. Row, row, row. The whole crowd or the whole team is pumped. I think no matter what, they're going to be a lot more interesting. They're going to be a lot more competitive under Pat Fitzgerald. This is year one. Obviously, with the new setup of college football, things can change so quick year over year. But they have a really, really tough schedule. They're going to win their first 2. Then they got to go to Notre Dame. They're probably going to get smacked pretty hard there. But I think they're going to catch somebody this year. And that was the difference between the Smith era, is that they never caught anybody. They beat the teams they were supposed to beat, lost to the teams they were supposed to lose to, and that was it. But I think they're going to catch somebody this year, maybe a Washington, somebody that is looking ahead of them. I'm super pumped. I think, are we going to win the Big Ten? No. Are we going to go bowling? Probably not. But if we can get to 5 wins and look pretty good, we're going to be heading into next year with a promise. So,
well, you talk about that Notre Dame game. I will be in attendance, Joe,
oh,
for that game. That is my trip this year.
Go green.
Go white. I'll be rooting for him. I'll definitely be rooting for him.
I'll be watching the first half at least.
Yeah.
I can guarantee that.
Come on, it's a night game too.
I know. Echoes of the fake field goal walk off. Oh, please.
The balls of D'Antonio for that. All right. So, Joe, we have some fun questions now. Okay. This is where we're getting into fun time. So first, you saw the Monster Energy Big 12, correct?
Yes.
So if you were to create a sponsorship for the Big Ten or really any other conference, what would it be?
Oh my God, what a good question. Big Ten. Well, first off, let's go to the SEC. SEC would be Buc-ee's. Have to be, right? Like that just feels like the Buc-ee's SEC conference. That feels great. Big Ten though. What would be the Big Ten? It would have to be something kind of middle America type of feel. Give me a company out there. What's a good like middle of America Big Ten feel? Oh my God, I can't think of anything.
So I said like Culver's maybe.
Culver's would be a good one. Like,
yeah.
I think I said Casey's, but that's a little too far west.
Yeah,
it's more Iowa.
Yeah, like they feel very also like I could see the Dave and Buster's Big Ten. That feels like it's got a little bit of juice to it.
That's a new one. I kind of like
Big
that.
Ten.
Yeah,
that might pop. Little blue and orange.
I reserved Little Caesars for the MAC.
Little Caesars for the MAC. That's a good one.
Yeah, I feel like that matched up well.
That matches up really well.
Yeah. Or maybe like since they're like coast to coast, like do we talk about like Allegiant?
Yeah,
like
American I think Micah said Allegiant for the ACC.
Yeah, for the ACC.
I don't know.
We had some good ones. I think we said Buc-ee's, the Buc-ee's Sun Belt, or the
Waffle House Sun Belt.
Oh, the Waffle House Sun Belt.
That feels more on brand.
Yeah.
Feels like
Waffle House is big in the SEC, but like, I don't know. It just feels right in the Sun Belt.
The Sun Belt is pretty much like SEC Junior.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you always see those like people throwing up ideas about doing like relegation. Could you imagine the Sun Belt being like the SEC's like relegation league? How fun would that be?
I think it's perfect.
So much fun.
I do think because think about that. Like the Big Ten would be like the MAC, right? Yep. And then the ACC and the American.
Yep.
I know the Pac-12 and
the Mountain West.
Pac-12 Mountain West would have their own kind of thing going on.
Mm-hmm. Big 12 Conference USA. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's there.
No, it's there. Right.
No,
it's not perfect, but it's there.
That's their new slogan. I mean, it's not perfect, but we're here.
That's
Conference USA.
Conference USA. That's not perfect, but hey, we're here.
Oh my God. but no, it would be cool to have stuff like that.
It'd be great. Mix in a
I
little
mean,
delegation.
Jay and I did like an entire, what was like an hour podcast.
It was a long one.
It was probably more than an hour. 2 years ago, we went through every single FBS program, and we tiered them off of what the English Premier League or the English
Yeah.
soccer leagues do.
We went from the Premier League all the way down to like League One or
I
whatever.
was gonna say you're gonna have to get deep down there.
Yeah,
I think we made like six. It was like 6 leagues or something like that.
I think so.
Yeah, and this is no offense to League Ones, but it was the most disgusting conference.
It wasn't pretty.
No, it's like Akron, Sam Houston, Kent State
Yeah.
was in there, UMass.
Yeah, but give me a good Kent State UMass game on a Tuesday night when I got nothing else going on.
Oh yeah, throw a little action on it.
Oh yeah. Let's be honest. We're not skipping that at
No,
all in this podcast. No,
we're eating it. We're eating. Yeah,
face first into it.
That is Scrapple, man.
Which is a great transition, Jake.
Yes.
Because next up, we have some tailgate questions for you,
We
Joe.
do.
We're going to be building the best tailgate possible. Jake, go ahead and get this started.
Yep. Time to build the best tailgate, Joe. This is your favorites. This is all you. I need a lunch, meal, and a side with it. So
okay.
$3.30.
I thought I had like one of those like $15, $5. Okay.
No, not even that. Not even that. $3.30 kick. What are you eating at noon?
All right, at noon, first thing, I'm a dipsman. All right, so it's a spicy sausage dip. I'll give you the ingredients of the recipe right now. It's fantastic. You get 2 things: Bob Evans sausage, 1 spicy, 1 regular. You're gonna get Rotel, 1 spicy, 1 regular. You're gonna mix them together. 2 things of sour or cream cheese. I always get those mixed up, by the way. That's always been a problem with mine. Sour cream cheese. I go to the store, I have to stop for a second, and be like, wait, which one's tacos? Which one's bagels? You get cream cheese, okay? You cook the meat, mix all that together, then you get a little bit of cheddar, mix that in, throw it into the oven for 400, throw some cheese on top, it melts. It's absolutely perfect. So for lunch, I'm not going heavy. I'm going dips, okay? Then as we get into dinner, that's when the smoked pulled pork is going to be done. I'm going for a big hearty sandwich. I'll be honest, tailgates, I'm not a hot dog and hamburgers guy. I want like little pulled pork. I want some type of brisket. I want like a special. I'll even take shrimp skewers if I can. But give me like some type of like barbecue brisket sandwich, side of coleslaw, a little bit of mac and cheese for dinner, and then I'm gonna go super light in the beginning. I'm gonna dip over here, a couple of dips over here. Ooh, we got a little taco dip. I'm gonna do some taco dip. I'm just gonna bop around the table a little bit in the lunchtime, and then I'm gonna go heavy for dinner time.
I do love a dip at a tailgate.
Yeah.
Big fan of like I've seen some like a street corn, like a lotte dip.
Oh yeah,
fire.
Fantastic. I'm the guy too. I graze. I'll pop over here. Oh, the other thing, I do this every time, and I don't mean to. When somebody brings like the Philadelphia pretzel trays with the cheese, and then you get like the mustard and like the honey, I eat about 1,000 of those, and I'm like, they're this big. How bad could it be? And next thing you know, I've eaten like 12 full pretzels.
You kind of lose it when you're dipping and when you're taking a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You kind of lose track of how
it's
much
easy to do.
Yeah, a couple bites here, a couple bites there. No.
All right, Joe. What about drinks at the tailgate? What are you reaching for this tailgate experience? Just going to be the lunch, dinner section.
So I'm going to try to stay away from just straight beer, only because then I'm going to feel full, and then that brisket's going to have a harder time going down. So I'm going to go something a little bit lighter. We're going to start with a little cocktail, if I can just get a little bit of whiskey on the rocks to start for that first one, and then I'm going to move right over to like your statesides, your light seltzer, something very light and calm, relaxing, and then we're going to go back to the whiskey at the end of the night, right before the game. I'm bookending the day with whiskey. That's how I do. It doesn't ever work in my favor, but that's just my game plan.
Start and end your day with whiskey. I
Yeah.
like it. I sign off on that.
All right.
So now, Joe, it's a noon game now. So we got to have some breakfast food. So what is your breakfast food of choice?
This is easy. So this is going to be either a bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant, or we're going to go bacon, egg, and cheese on like a biscuit. Never go bagel. Bagel's way too thick. You lose the whole the egg and cheese and the bacon kind of gets displaced by like, I'm eating this bagel. This is too much bagel. All right. So I'm going croissant first, biscuit second if I can have it. And then we're going to open the day. If we're starting early, we're going to open the day with a Manmosa. Okay. We're going to get the most IPA beer we can find. We're going to dump that in there, pour a little bit of champagne, and then a splash of orange juice. You get yourself a Manmosa to start the day.
I like
Well, that answers the next question, which was going to be breakfast drink.
Yeah. It's
You got
Manmosa.
that covered.
There we go. Manmosa.
Joe, could I interest you in a bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast taco to potentially get
You could.
the
You
rotation.
absolutely could.
Just throwing it out there.
Joe,
Delicious.
I've had the breakfast tacos around A&M. Delicious.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Delicious stuff. Delicious stuff.
I'm getting hungry all over again.
Oh yeah. Tailgate game. I don't know if you like to play some games at the tailgate. I'm a once in a while guy for games at a tailgate, but what would you play, Joe?
So I'm a big tailgate game guy. And I'm like the guy that's like gonna keep pushing the envelope to keep playing and or get more extreme. All right. If I can have any situation where I have enough space, let's say like number one for me is going to be Beer Die. It's my absolute favorite game to play if I have the space. Now, if we're going traditional non-drinking tail game, then just give me the classic bags. Just get me and the boys and the bags together. We're good to go. But if I can have any game, I'm playing some Beer Die. We're getting a little rowdy.
I love a
Beer
game of
Die, spoken like a true former laxer.
Yes, especially like think about it. November, it's chilly. You want to move around a little bit, catch the dime. I was going to say beer ball, but then that's going to be a short afternoon.
Yeah, well, I'd rather that.
Yeah,
Just a full beer Olympics tailgate. Why not?
like I said, I'm pushing the Agent of Chaos. Agent of Chaos.
There we go. Joe, let's hand you the aux. What are you playing on the music at the tailgate? What do we got? One song or as many songs as you want.
And this sounds weird, but it depends on the game. And you might be like, why does it depend on the game? If I am in West Virginia, what I'm playing for a West Virginia tailgate is going to be totally different than when I'm playing at a Penn State tailgate. But let's just say, throw a safe one out there. I'm going to go over to Spotify. I've paid version, no big deal. I make that kind of money now. All right. I'm going to go Jonas Blue Radio, and I'm just going to let it do its thing. All right. Little Jonas Blue. If you haven't heard, fantastic. Pulls in all these other songs. You'll get a good taste of everything. Now, if I'm down West Virginia, we're going to go country. All right. And depending on where we are and who we're with is going to depend on what kind of country, whether we're going old school country or new school country. I will let them decide. But if I'm getting the aux cord, we're going to feel out the vibe of the game and the area.
That's fair.
That is spoken like a true veteran.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like a true
Somebody who
veteran.
knows how not to make people mad.
Exactly. The last thing you want is to piss somebody off with the aux cord. Absolutely. That's so much pressure.
Oh yeah. And never be like, hey, I just heard this song. I think you guys should hear it too. No, never do that.
Because then if they're like, cool, you're like, all right, they all hate it. And I have crippling anxiety anyway. When I talk to people that I'm like, these people hate me. I can't put on a bad song too.
No, you don't try different songs while you're on the aux at a tailgate. Never do. Joe, thanks again for coming. Always a pleasure. We'll be having you on again towards the end of the year for our college football
bowl extravaganza.
Another one of my I hate when college football season ends. I love when bowl season begins.
Oh yeah. It's the best. It is the best time. Joe, tell everybody where they can find you at.
Yep, Twitter at Joey_props. Also Twitter Joe Pops _ props and pops. Follow the newsletter, free newsletter. You can get that. If you want the paid version, get all picks, plays, futures, everything. You can do that on there as well. TikTok, same thing. Joey Props. Give them a follow on there. We'll be putting out plays. Like I said, Friday's going to be record day. Going to be recording a ton of videos that'll be dropping with picks, insight, any type of information I can give you to make you a better, smarter college football better. And quickly, Kutztown football kicks off in 10 days at Assumption. All right. I think it's like a Thursday game or a Wednesday game. They went undefeated the regular season last year, lost to Harding in the semifinals. CFB Home on Twitter. Fantastic follow. Have to follow them if you're a college football fan. Picked Kutztown to beat, I believe it was Minnesota State in the Division II championship. And as I've always said, CFB Home, the number one source for all things that is college football. So from their lips to God's ears, let's go Kutztown. Judd Novak, he went 30 touchdowns and 1 interception last year, over 3,000 passing yards. This is this year. Bear down, baby.
A most agreeable town.
A most agreeable town.
Listen, anytime we can shout out any of the PSACs is a good day.
And it's what's it called? Who joined this year? Their first year.
Lackawanna.
Yes.
My former place of employment.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic addition to the PSAC. The best division in D2 college football just got better.
Yeah, without question. Picking up Shepherd a couple years ago, now with Lack, I hope Lack can have that same magic that they had at the JUCO level, because they were a powerhouse in the beast of the East of JUCO programs. I hope they can, like you said, make the PSAC even better.
Absolutely.
Jay, let's land the plane, buddy.
Folks, we appreciate each and every one of you who tune in and listen to this show on a weekly basis. We couldn't do this without you. Make sure you give Joey Props, Joe Pop, a follow on the social medias. Thank you to each and every one of you. Do all the things that help us grow as a podcast. Like, subscribe, share. Word of mouth, it still works. Jake, go ahead and take us home.
From all of us at the Get Back Coach, college football is back. Have a wonderful week and enjoy your Saturday.